Hey, how's it going, everybody? Jake the Human again, back with Cindy and Forrest here. Say hey, guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
So we just wrapped up the last day of E3. It was a really fun con. Not con, expo, I guess, technically. But it was a blast. But as you've seen here, we ran right in, right when it opened. We went straight to the Mario Rabbids line.
Literally ran.
This game is very, very popular. We could not get into it on the past 2 days, so we got there as soon as we could, and we were like the second persons in line. So
we ended up playing at the Ubisoft side.
Yep, the Ubisoft had a lot more screens than Nintendo did, so that was good. So yeah, you're gonna see mostly my footage, I think. Forrest ended up taking the footage, and he kind of got screwed over. Not gonna lie. They said he could. They said he could record and then play, but he recorded and then they kicked him out. So he didn't get to play, but.
Oh well.
Thanks to Forrest, because he's the only reason we have this footage right now.
Yeah. It's for
so
the
yeah,
channel.
as you see here, right off the bat, you're the little disc, and you sort of everybody else follows you, and you have up to 4 people in your party, but right now they start you with 3. And you can talk. You can go off and see little Rabbid conversations. I don't think they really do anything other than be humorous.
Yeah. Start you with Mario.
Yeah,
Rabbids,
Mario is
Peach.
in every team, by the way.
Yeah.
Mario, you can't unequip Mario from your party.
They did, yeah.
He will be the most powerful.
So yeah, they just throw you right in here, and they don't really give you much instruction. They just kind of throw you in. But it is pretty self-explanatory. So you see, you got an area for Mario to move, and then you choose which one you want to attack. It's sort of Fire Emblem style, to me anyway. I don't know. I never gave it that much thought.
That's
honestly.
Here's the cool.
Yeah. So
jump.
if you move, so okay. Aside from the scientific of rabbits,
I just had this strange
as
thought.
you saw right there, when you move, see, like if I move a Rabbid Peach over to Mario, you can jump and make them move farther, which is really nice, and you can kind of give them cover and things like that.
With them, basically.
Yeah, and it gives them a lot more range, which is really nice, and so that's going to add a lot to the strategy here. You can do slide attacks like that. It took me a little while to figure that out.
Yeah,
I believe they called it the hit and run.
The hit and run.
Yeah.
So you can attack and then run away and take cover, which is nice.
So Jake was having some headset issues with his stuff, so he could not hear the UB rep telling him stuff.
I was trying to listen here.
Right. So also, he did mention if there's only one enemy on the screen, he automatically attacks him if he's in range. That way you don't have to select and you don't have to go through that whole selecting process.
Yeah. So this, I mean, it's very self-explanatory. But the more you play it, the more in-depth it's going to be. I feel like it's one of those games that's very easy to learn, kind of hard to master type thing, and I think it's going to get progressively harder. This is kind of funny. I shot this poor guy point blank.
Jake likes to go in right for
Mario
the
got violent as shit. Just right point blank. I was kind of surprised to see that. It's weird to see Mario with a gun still. I know it's not a real gun, but go and shoot it. Bunny in the face. It was kind of surprising.
It's okay. He's a rabbit.
He's a rabbit. Yeah. I tried to check out all of these rabbit clips because they're just kind of around doing goofy things.
They are. They're very funny little.
Yeah, and I didn't spend too long on each of the dialogue because I was trying to get through the demo. So this is Cindy's screen. It looks like, right? Is that what we just did? Sure. Yeah. So she finished the first battle here. And then it just throws you right into another battle. This one had a lot more enemies. The first one was kind of like get the gist of it. This one was actually battle, which is kind of fun.
They have those they have those little pipes right there that you see with the little rabbit ears.
Yeah, I never actually used those.
I didn't either. But they warp you to the end of them, and the rep was telling us that if there is a enemy at the end of the tube, you can shoot into the tube and it'll hit the enemy.
Really? That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what an in-depth game.
Yeah.
It's a strange, strange mashup. When they announced this, it's like...
It is so strange.
What are they... Alright, I guess.
It's so weird. Even when playing it, it feels bizarre, but I think that adds to the charm of it.
Right.
Because it's a really fun strategy game, but it's also like, what the hell is going on right now? It's really fun. And of course the rabbit sounds are always great too.
Yeah.
So we're back to Cindy here.
So
she's
how
doing her battle here.
Her strategy.
She did the hit and run. It looks like.
Yeah, I didn't run very
Do you get
far.
to hit and run and then shoot as well? Is that how that works?
Yeah, once you're in cover,
Yes.
yeah, I think
That's really
nearby
cool.
you can shoot them too.
That's
yeah.
really cool. So I think I saw those flaming boxes, and like most flaming boxes in video games, I decided I was going to try to shoot it, and of course it worked, and they burn, and I thought it was freaking
Oh,
hilarious.
that's
really
great.
They burn, and their little butts are on fire, and they run around screaming, and then they die. And
Yeah.
like even the death animations like that they're hilarious. This game has so much charm to it. Look at him go. And then he just dies.
And he disappears.
When he disappears into thin air.
He went to a better place.
Yeah, we don't wherever that is. Again, I tried to get some
Not near
context
Mario.
of the story from the
With
rap,
the
but
gun.
I couldn't. Yeah, Mario with the gun.
So taking over this kingdom is what
Yeah.
the story is, right?
Like
They take over
seemingly,
Mushroom Kingdom.
yeah, the Rabbids just sort of invaded. Some of them are evil, some of them aren't.
Yep.
Some of them are
your
just
friends.
sort of there, doing who knows what.
Rabbid Peach is quite sassy.
Rabbid Peach is very sassy. I
like
I
her a
actually
lot.
really love her, and I love Luigi too.
Rabbid
Luigi.
Probably
Rabbid
one of my
Luigi's
favorites so
great.
far.
He doesn't look like he has a clue what's going on at any given time, and I love it.
Sort of like.
Sort of like Luigi.
Regular Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was kind of cool. I managed to jump Mario behind these guys, and like the cinematics here too. It's really
Yes.
fun when you do those jumps and they get close. Again, right in the back of the head. God.
No
Yeah,
mercy
you
in
had
your
no
strategy.
problem getting really close to them. I tried to use cover as much as I could, just because I don't know.
Yeah. I was doing
You were
both.
like in their face, like let's just
In
get
most games, in most strategy games, I take a very much of
this done. Bold approach.
yeah, like
Very
I get
offensive.
shit done approach.
Yeah.
Unless things are going down, and then I start trying to be a little more strategic with it. But yeah, you see here, like I hit with Mario, and I brought Rabbid Peach up there, took him out with those two hits, and then I was able to hit this guy with Luigi too. So then it's his attack turn, but I think there's only one of them left at this point. So he was able to attack me and then run.
Next to Luigi.
Right next to me, which I was like, that's not a very good spot to be, but I mean, I guess. This is before I knew I could do the hit and run too, because I would have just hit and run him and then shot him. I probably would have got him done in that one hit here. So you saw right there, if you put the cursor on them, we found out, that's how you do the hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy was tough. So I think
That's right
you
where I
told me.
you.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
told me
you
about
can
it.
Do that.
And so I was able to do that. So you see, you hit him, and then you can take cover and shoot again. But the
Yeah.
hit and run itself took him out. So those were the defeat all enemies ones. We got to try one more gameplay mode, which was pretty cool, which we're gonna see next. But I feel like there's gonna be quite a few different mission styles here.
Also, one more thing. I heard the rep say after every battle you go back to full health.
Really,
Yeah, so
I didn't know that.
The health
This was so
is-
funny to me too. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I have
Noticed
so
that.
many.
It's like, why is
I have
there,
so many questions.
why is there a giant?
I have so many questions.
Okay, really quick here too. You saw I went through that red ring, and then the red coins show up, and I instantly went into Mario mode. I'm like, okay, red coins,
Find them
collect
all.
8 of them. I gotta find them quick. And so, you know, the timer's going down. It's like blitting, 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 blitting.
Yep.
And when you get to 8,
Is
it
there an
goes
actual timer?
blitting. I don't know. I
You
felt
feel
like there was a timer.
I felt like
I
there was
felt
a timer
pressure.
Too.
There's
I felt
personal
pressure
timer.
because I know what it's like.
So you see,
I didn't
when
know
I
it
did
was
that
like-
secret thing, it unlocked a chest, and that unlocked a new weapon for Mario. So there's going to be hidden weapons all around the world, and each character has own weapons to find. So it's kind of cool like that. And it took me in there so I could equip it too.
Yep, you spend your coins that you
Yup,
find.
the coins
to
that you collect in the
buy
world.
them or equip them, I guess.
Which apparently I had another gun. Hell in a Shell. That is weird. Forrest pointed that out. I didn't notice at first. I think this is the first Mario game that has any swear words at all. I mean, I know it's just hell, but it's
pretty
kind of
deep.
strange.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of you saw the leaked like slides and stuff, and on Peach they had like the badass princess, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna actually go with that.
But I think
But
they
then
will.
Hell in the Shell, that's really cool to me. It's like this, it looks like it's a kid's game, but I do really feel like it's gearing a little more towards adults than a lot of people thought it was going
Older
to.
kids,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a little bit older people. So here's a cool little cannon. I like the face that pops up there for no reason. There's just a bunch of random little things like that that are really fun to see.
I've Rabbids. It's so great that they're back.
I mean, they kind of wore out their welcome for me a little bit, but they disappeared. God, the screen got really bright there.
Yeah. I was having problems with trying to get it to focus on the brightness.
So I don't know what's going on here. Oh, Toad is here. Toad is saying, "Don't go up there. There's trouble ahead." And Toad. Anybody,
you
technique. Yeah, I never listened to a Toad.
Don't listen to the Toad. Just a worrisome
so,
fellow.
Beepo here is the disc that you're actually playing as, because you don't technically control the characters. You're Beepo and you make them move.
Beepo.
Which is a really cute name, by the way. So you saw the little danger chain chomp sign ahead, which worried me.
Here's the...
So this is the different gameplay
Oh, he's
style
just
we
taking
had
a nap. It's fine. Just walk quietly.
This one is a reach area rather than...
Yeah, so instead of defeating all the enemies like we did in the last one, this one, I thought I had to get everybody in there. I don't know if you thought that too.
No, the rep did tell me, don't worry about getting everyone. You just need to get to the gold side.
Yeah, they
again, my headphones did not work. I was genuinely concerned about getting everybody in there, and it took me way longer than I had to.
A few times because I don't think you heard him.
Yeah, I was right. You'll see, I got there really quick.
Like, again, don't worry about getting everyone. The objective of this one is to get everyone to the gold area.
I didn't hear him once. So,
which is at the end of the map.
What you see here,
right?
So the player turn happens, and then there's whatever enemies on the stage, not enemies, like, I mean the side things, like the chain chomp there, it becomes the chain chomp's turn. And anything within his turn, he's going to attack. Anything within his range on his turn, he'll attack.
Anything, or I think he...
Or he picks one randomly?
I think he goes to the closest target.
The closest target, okay.
Anything including enemies.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So that's kind of a strategic thing, too. If you can move close enough to draw an enemy towards you, and still have the chain chomp hit him, the chain chomp does a ton of damage. So now it's chain chomp turn. I managed to get that rabbit to come close, and he attacks him. Killed him one shot, which was awesome. So then it becomes the enemy's turn. And the rep then told me that there's a fast forward button, which is really nice because it was moving a little slow for me, so you can see how much faster this is.
I'll tell you about my chain chomp experience. It got my Rabbid Luigi and killed him.
Oh God, really?
You lost one.
I didn't lose any heroes. What happens? Anything?
It's funny because I think he just respawned.
Really?
Yeah.
That might be for demo purposes?
Maybe. Well, I actually ended up losing Mario at the very end too. But as long as you get one character to the gold side, the whole level is won.
I guess because they heal after the battle. All right. That makes sense.
I managed to get Rabbids Peach over there, and the level was cleared. But I did end up, once I lost Mario, he did not respawn for me or anything. So, but I remember Chain Chomp getting him.
Oh God, these giant rabbits are terrifying. They come up with that big old brick and just smack you over the head.
So another cool thing about this level in particular that you may not be able to see.
You're gonna see this right here, I think.
Are you gonna use your special?
No, sorry, the special. Talk about the specials.
Okay.
I thought you were going to talk about jumping to a higher elevation.
No.
But that's all that was.
So each of these characters has like a special ability.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this instance, Rabbid Peach has the ability to heal. Rabbid Luigi has a shield.
Yeah.
And Mario has like I think a strong attack or like a more powerful
attack. Yeah, it
attack
boosts his attack.
Yeah, it boosts his attack. That's cool. And so you can use it once
per mission. Yep.
So you kind of have to be strategic about it. And the rep was telling me it seems like you have to use it, but you don't because
I thought I had to use it.
Right.
I used them all right away.
Yeah, and he said you can skip it, and then naturally though, you want to keep pushing. I think it's A to move forward, right? So if you want to skip it, you have to actually say end turn and do enemy turn, which is push Y.
Right.
So I didn't really know that at first. I was thinking if I do that, am I gonna like skip something that I get to do? But he's like,
yeah,
just skip it if you don't want to use it yet.
So you saw there, the hit and run and cover is a really cool thing because there was two Rabbids there, and I only had Peach up there at the time.
Yeah.
Rabbid Peach, and so I managed to hit and run the guy on the right, and then take cover behind the block on the rabbit on the left, and shoot him and take him out. And so I managed to take one out, and then bring Rabbid Luigi up next to Peach, and take the guy out that I hit and run. And so that kind of like combo sort of strategy is really, really fun to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't know what happened there.
Something went weird.
That went really buggy. I don't know what it was. It really disorienting though.
So to kind of focus on the objective of this one, they keep spawning those big enemies behind you to kind of try to push you towards the
end. It is
end.
kind of nice how this early level sort of teaches you,
like, hey, this is
get your ass moving.
Yeah,
like, don't stay down here.
Nothing to do with trying to kill all of them. You just need to get to that little gold area.
Right, they're the heavies.
So,
you're not gonna kill
I just left Rabbid, Luigi, and Peach up there because I'm like, oh, okay, well, I have to get them all in there anyway. Turns out
sometimes you have to sacrifice one of your characters in order to get one of them to that area.
Yeah, and which is apparently totally okay. I thought if I lost one, I was gonna lose and I have to start over, but
nope, not at all. That's not. I think maybe if you lose them all.
Yeah. So here, I couldn't actually make it with these characters. I probably could have with Mario. And you can swap between characters at any given time too. I did that a couple times. I tried.
Same with me. I ended up not wanting.
I kind of kept forgetting about it at first though.
Yeah.
So here,
Luigi in.
I jumped in.
You could have walked in, but finish with style.
Yeah, finish with style. And battle cleared, which really surprised me because I wasn't listening to the rep at all.
You're like, oh, it's done.
Oh, just one.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jake, I finished 20 minutes.
So that was the end of the demo. That's as far as your possible to get, and we saw a really interesting cinematic here, which I'll kind of talk through. He's talking about the portal in the sky, and how the Rabbid Peach starts taking selfies.
One of my favorite parts of this though is coming up.
Yeah, this is so great. Look at her take selfies. But yeah, and so it seems like. Oh, okay. I'll just be quiet. What?
You don't have to be quiet.
I'm sorry. I'm getting really excited. But it seems like there's hinting that right here.
That.
Dun dun dun.
Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr. reveal for the first time.
That is
Thanks
awesome.
for playing.
I was very excited about that.
Yeah, so Bowser Jr. and Bowser, they've got to be involved with making the Rabbids bad somehow or something. Yeah, Forrest has he loves Lemmy so much.
Cut over to Cindy's here for a little bit.
Cut over to Cindy, watch her finish up her thing here.
Oh, you might actually have seen Mario die in this, or not.
I don't think I did.
Okay. Is he alive?
I don't know. Where's Mario? Oh, this is Chain Chomp?
He was right there.
Bye, Mario. We're watching Mario's death.
Smushed?
You can't even see him. He's just dying. Yeah, the big Rabbids are really cool, though. I like their designs a lot. Honestly, the designs in this game in general are pretty cool.
So...
poor Mario.
You got nowhere to run. So wait a minute.
Are you blocked in?
You're blocked in, so you can't move.
Mario...
Yeah, you look like you could.
Because the chain chomp's on your left and the big one's on your right, so you weren't able to move.
Yeah, doesn't look like you can move.
That's really interesting.
My health actually... Oh, yep. I'm still alive here, but I couldn't move. I had to just attack.
Hit and run and come back.
Yeah, they were blocking you in.
Wow. They were blocking me in.
That's really kind of scary. That never happened to me.
I didn't realize it was a thing. It's interesting.
That's really cool.
And then, there he goes. He flattens out.
Goodbye, Mario. But you managed... What did you do here? Oh, you tried to take that guy out? Because you got one more Rabbid left, right?
I have
up
two.
Here? Two more
left.
left.
Peach and Luigi. They were up there
Rabbid
working
Luigi's
together.
gun, too, is so weird. Because it's not really a gun. It looks like a yo-yo to me.
It looked like a grenade to me.
But he pulls it out
I
and
was
shoots.
trying to use Peach's heal to
help
heal
Mario?
him. Yeah, but
okay.
Yeah, it's within a certain space. You heal the allies within that certain space.
And I think I'd already used it, too. So
yeah.
You can only use it once.
But, I mean, honestly, this is our clip, so this is ending relatively soon. And I am so pleasantly surprised with this game. When it was leaked that this game was going to happen, way before it was even called the Switch. I know. So he passes out. That's
He's
cool.
like, I'm going to take a little breather
here.
So because he's out, Chain Chomp changes his direction now, and he's going after the big rabbit.
The big guys.
They'll just,
But yeah, like, when it got leaked, I thought it was going to be super weird. I was intrigued, but I'm like, how can this possibly work? And I am so pleasantly surprised with how much I absolutely love this game. I need it day off.
I ended up putting Peach right here because she didn't quite make the gold cutoff. But by putting her right at the edge, I was able to bounce off of her.
With Rabbid Luigi?
With Rabbid
Luigi finishes both.
Yeah,
my favorite character in the demo. He's my favorite character in the demo.
Of this one, I think.
Look at his face. He doesn't know what's going on
I
at every.
love him.
Woo!
Yeah, so that's honestly day one buy for me too. I think. It
hands
looks
down,
really cool.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
October 27th.
It was one of my favorite games we played in the whole show, for sure.
Yeah.
Here we're seeing the cutscene again.
We got it done real early.
Yeah, we did. And I feel so bad for Forrest again. We asked the reps, and then they just said, "Nah, get out of here." And then by that time, the line to get back in for him to play was like
about 4 hours.
4 hours.
Like, oh,
it's like, geez.
Well, I watched it. That's okay for me.
Yeah, I mean, we got a good gist of it, but
I'll play it someday.
Yeah, it's good. I highly recommend you check it out when it actually comes out. Hopefully, they'll release an eShop demo sometime in the next couple months.
Yeah.
So you guys can try it out for yourself because it's good. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Baby Bowser.
Baby, get out of here,
Bowser,
baby. Bowser Jr.
Baby Bowser.
Baby Bowser is some Mario Party crap, dude.
That's what I said.
Get out of town.
That's what I said. What is he doing in this game?
So, yeah, Cindy clearly, she got a big smile on her face. She liked it. So now we're going to move over to Pokken.
I think
we did get a chance to play Pokken.
I just said Bowser Jr.
Yeah. So, this is pretty cool. At first, I was a little bummed out.
I apologize ahead of time for the shaky camera. I was taping off of a Switch.
Yeah, we ended up
hard.
getting knocked way down to the end, but we got into Pokken really fast, actually. And we played on the Switch with the Joy-Con, which I was actually really happy with because I like to figure out how good or awful a game is with the Joy-Con. And I was especially concerned with fighting games because I'm always thinking Smash is coming to the Switch, right? I personally didn't hate it. I thought it worked relatively well, at least for this kind of gameplay. I thought it worked great. Forrest felt a little differently.
Yeah, I have a little trouble with the Joy-Cons on their own. I mean, it had the little shoulder attachment.
Yeah, I should clarify sideways Joy-Cons.
Right. It's my hands get a little cramped playing with it. It's a little too small for what I like to play with.
And you got the smallest hands here.
I know, which is weird. So, but it's like, it's a fighting game. I've got a lot of combos I gotta play on with, and it feels better to have a bigger controller. So, personally, I'd be using a Pro controller on this, but it was neat to play it on just the Switch screen.
Yeah. And, I mean, honestly, like, even with this off-camera footage here, or off-screen footage here, it looks really good on the screen. It looks really... Wow.
Thanks, buddy.
Some shade there.
Small hands.
Well, you'll see he's going to get what he deserves because he really sucks at Pokken.
Well, you know, I picked Empoleon just because I watched Matt Pat with him yesterday, and I was like, wow, that's really impressive.
Damn good.
He's too heavy for me. I don't like playing as him.
I picked Decidueye because...
It's Decidueye.
I didn't pick Decidueye in Sun and Moon. That was all Cindy. I was not going to take that away from her. But he is my favorite design of the starters in the game. And so I was really happy to see that they added him in Deluxe here. So I had to try him on. Try him on.
Try him out.
Try him out.
He'll be wearing his
that's disturbing.
feathers as a cloak.
But
I don't know.
Decidueye is a standard character, so he's not too fast, he's not too strong, he's not too slow. He's very neutral based, but I was really able to put together some really cool combos with him quite quickly.
So, how do you feel about these guys?
Yeah, the assists here. Litten and Poplio are also new. I didn't get a chance to use Poplio. Poplio, I think, heals you and cures like status effects that you have going against you. Litten I found a lot more useful, and I think I missed every time I tried to fight you with him. That was good grab. I gotta give you props on that grab.
Thank you. His favorite move that he saw.
Litten is very interesting as an assist.
That's just a theory, though.
Wow, we're going there, huh? So here I try to use his special move, and
I saw it coming.
He saw it coming, just blocked it. I know. Decidueye is so cool.
Oh, and it shows up in a little
But
bit.
anyways, I was going to talk about Litten, because Litten is a really interesting assist character, because you know how they have the attack characters? Litten is one of those. And so, when you call him out, if you have a lot of health left, he's going to do, like, a tackle, and it's going to be a really weak attack, maybe like a small flame charge or something like that. But if you're at, like, red health, where Forrest is right now, keep an eye on that.
Thanks for that.
If you're at that, and then if he used Litten, Litten would come out and do like this massive fire blast, and it does a ton of damage. And I saw a lot of people in the Pokken Tournament that we watched in line yesterday use Litten, and they do that attack when they were getting low, and it
It
helps
the tide of the battle.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's incredible. So I honestly might pick him most. He's so
love
proud.
Decidueye.
The Decidueye is so cool.
Yeah,
I'm so happy they added him
personality,
in this
I
game.
love everything
The
about
Lit
him.
and
He's great.
Popplio assist Pokemon are honestly some of the best that I've seen.
Yeah.
Recently.
So we got to play a couple matches
Right,
here.
best 2 out of 3.
Right. So I gave up on Empoleon. I was like, that's not for me. I'm gonna go with someone I've played a little bit with. I wanted to see a little bit what they had there, but
Yeah.
I clicked the wrong button there also.
You know, he was so disoriented after he got slaughtered in the last match.
You threw me off my game.
Oh wow!
That
Look
doesn't
at
exist.
this. Smack talking.
Oh man.
Game's over.
I mean,
well, this was payback for Marvel vs. Capcom that we played.
okay, yeah. So we did play Marvel vs. Capcom in the PlayStation area. It's fine. It plays like Marvel vs. Capcom if you've played it. Great. It did crash on us a couple times, which is kind of unsettling. So if you have a PlayStation or an Xbox, if you like Marvel and Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom, play it. It's great for what it is.
I want to point out something here that
yeah, but back to Pokken.
You can select those with A, or they have the little arrow buttons there, so you can select one but pick the other to kind of throw something off.
you can select them without the other player knowing what it is. Oh, which totally reminds me, if you guys play Pokken Tournament on the Wii U, you'll know in multiplayer, one person had to be on the gamepad screen and the other person played on the TV. And so that kind of sucked for the person playing on the gamepad screen. In this game, they added a mode where obviously you can't do that with the Switch. So if you're playing locally, you can do this. Like, we're playing 2 players on the same screen, and it works great. I didn't find
runs really smooth.
Yeah, and it's like 60 frames per second. It's beautiful the entire time.
It's really good.
It's noticeably enhanced compared to the Pokken Tournament on Wii U. Look at him. I think he got slaughtered again.
Yeah.
Ghost and Ghost, though.
Maybe
This was actually an
time.
interesting thing because it's Ghost Fire, Ghost Grass.
I mean, typing doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but in my head it's cool.
It just doesn't matter, okay?
I know you love that kind of thing. You're a sucker for
cool.
stats over here.
But yeah, I will say, I mean, as well as it worked, it is a little weird being player 2 because you start farther away.
Yeah,
and you're kind of playing backwards almost.
Noticed that when we started, I was like, I feel bad that you're kind of at a disadvantage.
But I didn't have a problem with it. Like, it worked just fine. Like, it was disorienting at first, but if you play a couple matches,
right,
it works just fine.
And then about 4 seconds into the match, I no longer felt bad for you.
Yeah, I know, because I started kicking his ass.
You don't like
cool ass grab move. What were you saying?
So, well, I mean, Forrest is saying the Joy-Con.
Yeah, he was struggling with those quite a bit.
Not a fun way to play it.
Oh, you guys want to see something cool? Here's the Decidueye's Synergy Burst. Oh, this is so cool. He's got the Leaf Storm going, and then he starts doing all of his arrows. He charges it up. Oh, God. And then he turns around like, yeah, you got this. He's a really cool character.
May I add, I've only played Pokken about 4 times before I played this today.
That's true. I'm giving him shit for the sake of doing so.
No, but honestly, it's a super fun game, and I will get it for the Switch.
Yeah, it's a blast.
I love
it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, just watching you guys and watching the tournament makes me really want to get in.
Yeah.
As well, especially with the Decidueye there, because he's my favorite
Again,
new Pokemon from Alola.
Pokken Tournament Deluxe. I was gonna wait, but now it's a day one purchase for me personally.
Yeah.
I want it.
It's up
bad.
Yeah.
Which I believe it comes out in September, right?
Yeah, I think he said September
22nd.
22nd.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yep.
So any final thoughts on Pokken?
No problem. It was great. It was cool seeing you play it.
Yeah. So
then
I won. And I think he thought I was doing so well because Forrest is so bad at
it. You're welcome, by the way.
The Nintendo rep is like, hey, you did pretty good. You just earned yourself a spot on stage. And I was like, what? And he took me aside. Yeah, I'll be showing the footage right now. He took me aside, and I was sitting there, and I met the guy I was going to be going against. And I went on stage, and I was playing on stage in front of everybody, and it was like broadcasting on the big screen, and I got slaughtered. It was karma for giving Forrest so much crap. But I got slaughtered the first 2 rounds.
As Decidueye.
Decidueye and Pikachu Libre. I'm better with Pikachu Libre.
Yep.
Decidueye, I literally lost every single time. Pikachu Libre, it was a lot closer.
A lot closer, more like an even match almost.
But I wasn't about to go off stage losing twice.
As a loser.
I wasn't about to not win once.
You want to be the best, I mean.
Yeah, the very best.
Like no one ever was?
Yeah, like that.
Well,
Okay.
maybe like the people before you were. But...
Yeah, oh god. Okay, anyway. So I pulled up Machamp. Machamp has always been my best in the last one. And I slaughtered him, and I felt so good. I beat him twice in a row, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then that was the last match, so I ended on a high note, which made me feel a little better, better about myself.
We got footage of that, so we'll have to show you.
I'll be showing you guys that when this is talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're probably
which
watching it
is
right
really
now.
exciting for you guys to know, probably as you're watching it. Anyway. I almost skipped the video here. So now we're gonna talk about we managed to play Sonic Mania 2, which I've been wanting to play since they announced it. I think at last E3. And I know you like the classic Sonic games.
Yes.
Like we were talking about with Forces yesterday. So this is kind of exciting for you too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to an extent, because it's a totally. It to me, it felt like playing it. I mean, just like those old games.
Oh, right. I like that you can be Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles.
Oh, I love
right
that.
here.
Tails is
really
my
cool.
favorite. I like.
Oh, I wish you would have played him because I played Knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
was
playing
in line
Green
for
Hill Zone.
Yeah, they only had Green Hill Zone
2.
Act 2 available in the demo, so
even Act 1.
that was a pretty good start.
I know, it was such a great start. I'm like, here I am talking about how I grew up with Sonic and I fall into the spikes is my very first thing I do.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little strange. Oh, and
again,
I should mention,
the controller is a little...
this is also on Xbox. They didn't have any demos for the Switch available, but the rep assured me that it plays like identically on all of the consoles. So
I'm just really off to a good start here.
Did they
don't
have
worry, though, I didn't die.
the same soundtrack from the original one? I would assume they did.
I think it is the same Green Hill Zone. It might be slightly different.
Okay.
But it is quite similar.
I should have paid more attention to that.
Yeah, I was too focused
kind
on
of
trying to.
You're in the game.
'Cause I would've known, yeah.
It's together.
Do everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are all the same bugs that are enemies.
I was gonna ask you the chameleon things that hang on the wall.
That's from the original.
Those are in the original.
Yes.
I didn't play too much of the old games, honestly.
There are some things that
started
were
on,
not
like,
in like
Adventure.
the first one, the first game.
Okay.
But it's funny because some of these enemies you don't see in Green Hill Zone. They showed up in Green Hill Zone though, like the bats. They're usually from like the Marble Zone in the original game.
Mm-hmm. You were really struggling.
I know. I'm just like, what is going on here? I'm just embarrassing myself.
Well, it was really strange though that there's like a hidden spring on a rock.
Yeah,
I messed up too when I did it. But I played second, so I learned from your mistakes, which helped me get through quite a bit easier. This is new to me too. This spiky bridge thing.
That's in the original.
That is in the original.
Yes.
God, okay, don't listen to me. I don't know jack
Those
about
are
any
in
of
the
this.
original too. All these enemies.
But I gotta say, I love how. I mean, I know there's a lot of like retro games going on, especially in the indie scene. But I love the way this game looks because it looks.
So I got really confused here because I'm like, oh, this is a dead end.
Yeah, you'll see something new come up, which isn't in the old games, right?
Right.
And eventually, the rep just told you. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Did it explode?
I got a box in there that has a ring of fire around me that destroys the spiky bridge. when I
Whoa,
walk on it.
interesting.
And
and so you found this cool ring thing.
Right.
And an extra life?
Bridge. Yep.
Wow.
And that was new to me. I didn't know what this fire thing did. And
That's
I was like,
pretty
oh,
cool.
that's cool. Those crabs are from the original too.
That's awesome.
This is new. Like
The little zip line things.
Yeah, I think I missed that like very early on. That's why.
You're back in the dead end.
Right. See, and I blew up that bridge right there by
it's
walking
really
on
strange.
it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I was just kind of watching and I was trying to figure it out too. I'm like, where do you
I think
go?
at one point I was like, help to
Yeah.
the rep. I'm like, I don't know.
The rep here, like most of the reps at E3 in general, were very much like talking you through the game. Which parts of that were nice, parts of it were
I
kind
of
of distracting.
Discover it on my own.
Yeah,
too.
like especially with like
I'm like, I can't
Mario.
make it up here. What's going on?
I've played Mario my whole life.
And this is actually a really interesting thing that I couldn't make it up here because it seemed like it was just out of reach.
Yeah, like
which is really weird. I don't know why. What you're supposed to do there?
Because you're Sonic, right?
Oh, so maybe a different character could get up there.
Get up there.
So the
So
that was it.
That
Did
was
you see
it.
that?
As Sonic, you can actually go through the bricks.
Okay.
He has like this dash attack that can launch through bricks in this.
Right.
It's kind of cool.
And it's
which is
literally
pretty cool.
jumping and going into the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's special areas where you can only do that. I had no idea you
Yeah,
could do
with
that.
certain
So
characters.
this was all new. I'm like,
That's
oh
neat.
god.
Yeah, so now she started hustling. You figured it out here. You got your stride and you were cruising. Well, I mean, and then you started hitting
kinda.
that spring a couple times.
Spring! Ah!
It looks like it flows really well as a Sonic
So
game,
those
though.
fish are from the
Also,
original
I should
too.
mention,
It's
I
really cool to see.
apologize for the crazy angle changes and shaky cam. The Xbox, like, aisle we were in
That
was
fish
very
in the
small.
water was someone I've never
Yeah,
seen
that's an
before.
intense fish. There, you just pointed that out, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Xbox setup was a little.
It's tight,
cramped.
and so people kept bumping me, so I was trying to keep as steady as I could, but it's going to be a little shaky. But yeah, I mean, it was really cool.
Yep.
That was such garbage. I couldn't believe that it was
Spikes.
it was so
I mean,
unfair.
That's kind of a given in the classic or the classic Sonic games. They just kind of.
I couldn't help but laugh though. She
Sonic
jumped up
Souls.
there and it's like spikes. Oh, okay, that was rude.
I would have won through that wood or the bricks there.
Yeah, I don't know. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of replayability to this because Sonic levels in general
Right. There's
have a
already
lot
one
of
I
things
missed. Look at all
to
those
find.
boxes I mixed.
And then if you're incorporating playing
Oh,
this
rings
level
I
with
missed.
Tails, playing this level with Knuckles, playing this level with
So many
Sonic,
points.
there's a
Look at
lot
that.
to do.
I
Oh yeah, and
accidentally
then
got
you
done.
actually went underwater, and underwater is always terrifying in Sonic games.
Oh god, don't get me started on that. Though I didn't actually. I was curious. I wanted to see if I could wait underwater
So
long enough.
this is where the footage cuts because I got a phone call and I declined it, and the camera stopped. So I ended up having to record this all on my phone. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but it worked out most of the time. But I got a phone call and I declined it. But this is a really cool boss. It's classic style boss. How did you feel about it? Because you liked all the classic bosses in the original game.
Well, classic style, but not really anything like I've
Yeah,
done
it's
before.
it's not like reused.
Because he's never really thrown bombs like that before. So it took me a while to kind of figure out what his whole thing was about. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit him. I actually got to hit him like underneath, so I'm like, well, is there some kind of thing I had to do? And
Yep.
if you played, all of the, I got a little stuck there. And I'm like, oh, duh. If you played the old games, you hit him on the top because that's where there's no spikes. There's nothing. And I think you hit him about 8 times is usually what it is. 8 is the magic number, but I'm not sure about this one. I just kept hitting him until he...
Yeah, I didn't actually count either.
Yep, so I was trying to figure out his patterns here. And, okay, so he throws something. I thought maybe from previous games I've played,
Run
It was a little
straight
tricky.
can I, kick it into him? I'm like, no, that's a Mario thing. You can't kick
Yep.
it into him. Which I found out.
Yeah, I think did that just happen? Did you explode when you touched it?
You lose your rings
Oh,
when you
okay.
touch it. So yeah, don't touch it.
I like how it looks with the background. The waterfall in the background looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I gotta say the art style in this game, it's very retro. It's very like Genesis looking.
But it runs so
But
modern.
it's very crisp, very clean, and they've got like the motion trails and everything. So it looks like almost like if graphics didn't go crazy
Right.
advanced. This looks like what Genesis would have evolved into had Sega continued for a little bit longer.
So you can see you can kind of jump on that little
Yep.
thing there. I'm just kind of letting him see how far I can go here.
Yeah, so you let him kind of come in, and then jump on his head when you get to, like this high ground area.
Right. Well, not in this one.
Unless you jumped
No,
off.
It took me a while to get this one.
Yeah.
We can kind of fast forward through this footage here
Yeah, I mean,
until we get to the end.
I got another call and it clipped, and that's where I'm gonna end your footage. But you did end up beating him and then dying right there. You beat him and died, and I was like,
And
no,
I'm like,
you
oh,
were
it's
so
the end.
And then you were
so
able to go
close,
That's kind
so
of lame.
close.
So then you have to start it over. But basically, the trick to it is when you get close to him, he throws out these
The arms, and you can
arms
jump
that
on
you
those.
can jump on and then get
Arms.
to his head. Arms. Different game.
Which comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, comes out tomorrow. Or.
Huh?
Friday. Technically Friday.
It's Friday.
Oh, yeah, we're recording this really late, by the way.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m.
So, or you have to get high ground and jump on his head and then.
Yeah. So I got a chance to play. The Nintendo rep was really cool. He ended up recording it for me because Cindy went off to play Assassin's Creed, which was full the entire time too. So I'm glad she got a chance to play that.
That's what the phone calls were about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
actually.
I'm
We got a
holding
line.
spot in line. Get over here.
So the Nintendo rep, no, the Xbox, or not even the Xbox, Sega rep was there, and he was cool enough to record this for me. I had to play as Knuckles, because Knuckles has always been my favorite Sonic character. I love Knuckles to death. So he was a lot of fun to play as, and I gotta say, Green Hill Zone looked a lot easier for me as Knuckles than it was for you as Sonic, because I can glide around like that. Yeah, and certain levels I think are going to be easier for certain characters. But Knuckles I really loved, like, and it also may have been because I watched her struggle on all the things that I was able to skip because I knew what to look out for.
And
but like,
glide.
And I can glide too. So, and like Knuckles Knuckles just kind of walks through certain walls.
Sure, he does. Sure.
Because he's a badass.
Yeah. It's okay. Go ahead and get the easy character. Sure.
Knuckles is a badass. I also had to try this. I noticed you didn't do the down with a spin attack at all, did you? Where you hold down, you mash A, and then he zooms.
No,
that still works.
I didn't, because I'm playing classic where that is not a thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I forgot that you can do that. Yeah.
That totally still works as would be expected, but it worked really well, and I loved the way Knuckles looks because I haven't seen Knuckles in a classic game like this in a long time.
What I
well,
do a
the
lot
faster
is
you
I
hit
just
it,
go down and then it does his spin attack, but he does.
Yeah, while you're running. But if you're standing and you hit down and you mash it,
that zooms. Wasn't in the.
So I got the Infinity
Gauntlet.
Yeah, I got the Infinity Gauntlet, and
that's just a crazy.
I'm insanely powerful and unbeatable. No, I got the invincibility. I just started running to try to get through as much as I. See, that's tight. And I got to the boss really quickly. And again, I was able to learn.
Get there really quickly.
I was able to learn from Cindy's mistakes when she was playing it, and like I watched the whole thing.
Mistakes. They're learning experience.
You know what I mean.
Power couple.
You know what I mean. Yeah, we're a good team.
Let him play first next time.
Yeah, I would have royally screwed this up. But I gotta say too, this boss in particular was a little easier as Knuckles because I was able to get high and then glide in on some of those, and then see this is how you jump on his arm and you attack him that way.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was cool. I really enjoyed this, and I'm excited to see.
I bet Tails would be even nicer if you can fly.
Yeah, I don't know how Tails attacks. If Tails can just fly up and just drop on him, easy, done. Like Tails is like OP against this guy. Tails is OP.
I can see that, like Sonic being the hardest one, and then Knuckles, and then Tails. But I don't know. Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, I'm genuinely excited to try out all the characters on all of the levels.
He goes faster when he's about to die.
Yeah. Which I was so close.
Very close
I got
to the
0
edge.
rings. He almost hit me, and then I almost jumped off the edge like Cindy did. But I managed to stick around. And then the
jump off now.
The little animal carton. Do you know what those are actually called? I don't actually have a clue.
The animal carton.
The little case with all the little animals in it.
So
they kind of hover around.
If you notice when you kill an enemy in Sonic, they turn into those little animals.
Yeah.
Because they're like little robots, little animals.
So yeah, I had a blast with this. I had such a good time with Sonic Mania.
I'm like, yes,
thanks
the buttons are unleashed.
Eggman.
Yes, Eggman.
Leave
you mean Dr. Robotnik?
Well, at that point, yes, still.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Eggman.
That was Sonic Mania. I personally loved it. I would like to get it as soon as it comes out because I like Sonic Mania more than I like Sonic Forces personally. Out of the 2 Sonic games we played, I enjoyed Mania more. What did you feel about it?
Well,
I only played the Avatar, so
both elements to it, and like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the new Sonic and how they play because it's so fast, but. I don't know. I like that it's you're laughing because it's
yes, or you're too slow.
Ah, there it is.
Oh my God.
There it is.
I'm sorry.
Slow.
There, yeah. Somebody
I think
somebody
this is my
had
last
to say
video. I don't think they're gonna hang out with me anymore.
I mean, you suck at Pokken. You're making
but if you're a Sonic fan, if you're a fan of like the newer games, I mean, Sonic Forces, I think is a must for you. If you're a fan of Sonic in general.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to play Sonic Forces for sure.
I'm a fan of Sonic Mania, and
I was never good at the old Sonic games, so I'll probably pass on that one and stick to more of the modern one.
Yeah.
The Forces, I can see that it looks great. It looks fun, but it's just not my type of thing.
There's some levels that looked really cool in the trailers.
I forgot to mention.
Zone, I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention yesterday, I just thought of this when you guys started talking about Forces again. The soundtrack in Forces, when I played it, there was only one song I heard, but it was awesome. I loved it. And Sonic music is some of my favorite music.
I have favorite.
On Spotify, I literally have a Sonic Tunes playlist that has every available Sonic song.
All the time.
The ones with the lyrics. Because the Sonic songs with the lyrics are so... Yeah, City Escape... all I have to say is...
I mean, who doesn't love that
Follow
song?
My Rainbow, and that's going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the night. I love Sonic music.
Me.
But yeah, I really hope aside from the classic stages, I hope modern and the custom character all have really fun, upbeat.
I know how much you love that City Escape, right? That song.
Yeah.
Or Escape from the City.
One of the two.
I just know how much you love the song. I never played those games, and you just play that level over and over and over again in Sonic Generations.
I've only played that level in
Yeah.
Adventure 2 Battle.
That's the only one you played?
That's the only level I
played.
played.
Oh my god.
And
I love it though.
God.
Yes, I know that song now because of
No.
how addicting it is.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is one of the first Sonic games I played, and it's still to this day my favorite Sonic game I've ever played.
Yeah.
I loved it. I know some people are up and down about it, but that game has a special place in my heart, and I know every song from that game.
I feel like I'll like Forces because I did actually really like Generations.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought that was a cool game. We had that on the Xbox. I don't really know how people feel about it. It kind of got mixed reviews.
Well, I mean, it got kind of mixed reviews, but overall it was positive, especially compared to the games leading up to it and the games coming after it.
Right.
06.
Cough, cough, 06. Cough, cough, Sonic kissing a lady, and it was awkward.
Oh, boy. Well, that's another discussion.
Though, Sonic 06 has some pretty kick-ass music. His World, anybody. That song is great. But that was the only thing good about Sonic 06.
But yeah, anyway, I would definitely play Forces and Mania. I think I would play both of them. Again, not, super excited about them. Like I am with some of these other titles.
Yeah, I mean,
that Nintendo has.
some of the other games have been great.
But yeah.
Okay, so I mean, those were the games we played on Switch today. We played Assassin's Creed. If you guys have Xbox or PS4, I feel like Assassin's Creed is worth talking about anyway. I know it's a Nintendo channel, but overall, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great.
Still in alpha, so it's
I found a glitch.
quite buggy.
Which is fun for me.
But
I found a glitch nobody else had.
Yeah. So that was surprising to them. They were like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll write it down."
I don't know if surprised was the right word. I mean, a little frightful.
Yeah.
Seemed.
Oh boy, this game comes out in 4 months. Well, it still needs work.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Aside from Nintendo, I also have an Xbox. I don't play it very much because there's not a lot of games I care for. But
the only game that came out on a Nintendo console was Black Flag, right on the Wii U.
3.
3.
Yeah. That was the last one that came out on Nintendo console.
Okay.
That was
no, it was Black Flag.
It did not come out on Wii U, did it? I don't know. Let us know in the comments below.
Maybe you're right. I think it was 3.
I don't know.
Anyway, overall thoughts. I don't want to spend too much time on
Assassin's
Creed.
Either way, we didn't buy it on the Wii U. I think we had it on the Xbox because that's what
overall
we did.
Origins. Okay, I'll probably play it eventually.
The setting's awesome.
I think the setting's awesome. It looks beautiful.
It comes out on the same day Super Mario Odyssey does.
And we all know
I'm gonna play Odyssey, so...
Forget Assassin's Creed and play Super Mario Odyssey, honestly. Like, that game, I played 10 minutes of it, and I'm having withdrawals. I want to play that game.
I wish we had gone back and played more.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I don't know when we would have found the time, but...
until October, so...
The last time we went by there, we saw Mario himself standing there.
Yeah, we met Charles Martinet. Oh my god, I almost passed out. My knees got weak. I freaked out. I got so excited. I just started running, and these two were like, "Where is he going?" And they both were like, "Oh my god!"
Who's that old guy standing over there? Oh, wait a second. I think I know.
I thought it was Harrison Ford.
It looked like him for a second.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know if that. And then I was like, "Why would he be here?"
I recognize him because Jake showed me multiple videos of him doing all.
I love that man. I love that man so much.
He's still very quirky and energetic.
Yeah,
he is great.
It's so cool.
He loves it.
I went up. I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
What a great guy.
It was just great. Okay, anyways, just to wrap up this video, today was the last day of E3. We played quite a few games. I didn't give you guys a chance to think about this, but quickly, game of the show. Cindy, what did you think was your favorite game?
God, game of the show. Ooh, come back to me.
Okay, Rez.
All right. Honestly, Odyssey stuck with me the most. Rabbids was really cool from the footage I watched. Not getting hands on, but
from the footage you watched.
Well, that wasn't clear at all.
I have to say I'm the most excited about Super Mario Odyssey. I got a chance to play some other. I played a couple racing games here and there from different companies. Generic, fun still, but Odyssey, I have to say, hands down.
You got one?
Yeah, so going to E3, there's some games that I didn't get to play that looked pretty cool. Some of those were Xbox titles.
Yeah.
Some of them looked actually really cool coming out. But I'm going to have to say, and it might be because it was the first game we played there, but Odyssey is definitely up there for me. Fire Emblem Warriors, though, very, very, very close second. I'm very excited about that game. I think if it had multiplayer, I'd be even more stoked about it, but
that's kind of up in the air right now.
It's up in the air, and even regardless, I would still get that game.
Yeah.
So, but Odyssey looks just amazing. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to play
Okay.
that game.
What about you, Jake the Human?
Yeah.
This should come as no surprise at all. I completely agree with these two. Super Mario Odyssey blew me away. Like, the trailer and the spotlight blew my mind, and when I went and I actually played it for just 10 minutes, it was phenomenal. And just capping things like that, and like it was so cool.
The capping abilities are just so cool. I think
really
that's what made
neat.
it. Because if they didn't have that in it, I would think it's just
It would
kind
be
of
a Mario game.
Another Mario game with cool settings.
Yeah, and I don't remember if I mentioned this in our discussion about this a couple days ago, but to me, not to the same extent, but what Breath of the Wild did for the Zelda series, I feel like Odyssey is kind of doing for the Mario series, because they're huge open worlds.
Oh.
There's not really any load times between collecting moons like you would collect stars.
Right.
You have different customizable Marios.
Yeah.
You can power up with anything in the world, essentially.
It's way more strategy, too, because you have to cap a bullet bill to get to a certain area. Like, you have to use your enemies to move forward and solve these puzzles, sort of, to get your moons.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. That's cool.
First game we played, I really
of
enjoyed every single other game we played afterwards.
Yeah.
But
that one,
Mario trumped all of them.
That was our first E3 game, and it was
very
memorable.
It shadowed all of them.
Absolutely.
And you guys have played ARMS and Splatoon.
Yeah, we didn't.
Before
the
like,
lines were so long, and ARMS comes out tomorrow,
but...
and Splatoon 2. I love Splatoon, but Splatoon 2, in all honesty, is like Splatoon with some new weapons. So I didn't feel the need to play it.
If we got a chance to do the salmon run, the line was a little long. Maybe it would have been cool, but we didn't get a chance to do that.
We wouldn't have played anything else if we waited for salmon run. So.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, hands down, Mario Odyssey, I'm absolutely stoked for.
Yep.
But honestly, this whole year, all the games we played, all of the games we talked about in these discussions the past few days are coming out
this year,
within the next few months.
I know, this is really
That's
exciting.
insane.
Fall is going to be a very exciting time.
A very exciting, expensive time.
Yes. Loving Odyssey and Fire Emblem Warriors, it's going to be so insane this fall. I can't wait.
All right, this is getting a little long. It's getting late. We got to get up and get to our plane.
In about 4 hours.
4 hours. So,
all right.
Any final E3 thoughts? This is all of our first E3. What did you guys think overall?
I thought... sorry.
No, you go first.
You
go.
After you.
Oh, all right.
I'll go first. I had a blast. I loved it.
It was great. I loved it. A little too many people.
Little
for me.
chaotic.
It was lines were really long. There were a couple games I wish I had gotten to play. One of them was industry and press only, unfortunately. But overall, I loved it. I loved coming out to LA to experience it. And honestly, if they do this again next year, I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah, I agree. And just really quick, it was really cool for me too to meet some other YouTubers. I got a chance to meet Roger's Base. I got a chance to. I didn't really talk to C&D too much, but I met C&D and I met Derek Bittner over at Game Explain too. So that was really cool for me to kind of meet some other YouTubers.
#shameless plug. You're welcome. Hello.
Yeah.
How about you, babe? What'd you think?
I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to come in. I'm really tired.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It's kind of an exhausting week, and we had just come back from a vacation of relaxing. So going into LA is crazy. There's so many people, but overall, I think it was a really cool experience. Like, you see this kind of stuff, you watch it all. You watch it all on your like laptop or whatever, stream it, and it's crazy to actually be there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Being in that like Nintendo space or the Xbox space or like all these different spaces that they had, like, seeing it all
and meeting the people who worked on the games.
Meeting the developers and how stoked they were to have you play their games, especially a lot of the indie games.
Yeah, they were all very genuine.
They were so cool. Like, they were really excited to show you their stuff, and it was really cool. I love that.
So yeah, overall, I think it was a great first E3. I hope they do it again next year because I'd love to come.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was awesome, and thank you guys for joining me on these discussions this week.
Absolutely.
That was a blast. I usually sit by myself on camera, so talking to some other people was quite a bit of fun. You guys, this is where I'm going to end the discussion.
Yep.
I want to know what you guys thought about everything E3. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the games in this video, what you thought of E3 overall. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a like by hitting that. Give me a big thumbs up by hitting that like button. God, we're doing these too late. I messed up yesterday too.
Like,
I'm not gonna do this thing anymore. Just like, subscribe, and share it if you enjoy my content. And
YouTube,
if you
Twitter,
subscribe,
get on the
Facebook,
YouTubes,
Jake the Human.
Do you have an Instagram?
No.
You gotta get one of those.
Nah.
All right, Jibba.
Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. All that jazz. You don't have to. It's okay.
How many other social media sites are there?
Okay, we are rambling. We are rambling on for far too long.
Get on Vine. Oh wait, it's too late for that.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.
We're going to bed. We got to get on a plane in a couple hours.
Video.
Yep.
Probably
Talk to you guys
not
all
us.
later. I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Thanks, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day or a night, whenever you watch it. God, I'm so tired. Talk to you all later.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye-bye.